Hi there! In this video, we'll have a look at the settings available in Shopware 6 in order to get a general overview. We can find the menu right here, labeled Settings. Essentially, they're grouped into three categories. We have settings concerning the shop, the system settings, and finally settings concerning the extensions. The first group we'll cover is the shop settings. These settings affect the storefront, the part which customers see. As we can see, the settings are sorted alphabetically, beginning with address and ending with text settings. Don't worry, it's just the settings in the shop category with so many options. For practically all the important individual settings here, there are dedicated videos later on in this user training, as well as our exhaustive written documentation I'll also quickly show you later. Hence, we won't go into much detail about these in this video, as it would likely be hours long. The next tab, System, concerns settings of a more technical nature affecting the basic foundation of our store. The first option here is caches and indexes. In this menu, you can clear the shop cache as well as warm up and update indexes. This is often useful when you change something that affects the storefront. Without clearing the cache, those changes might not be visible. A little hint, as you may need to clear the cache quite frequently when initially building your store, there is a keyboard shortcut to do this from anywhere in the admin, so you're not required to go into this menu each and every time. The keyboard shortcut for this is Alt-C. The next option is Custom Fields, where you can manage custom fields for most parts of your shop, be it products, categories, shipping methods, or anything in between. Right next to that, we have the event logs, where you can find all logs written by Shopware about events such as errors. First Run Wizard allows you to redo the basic configuration you've done when you first set up the shop after installation. Integrations is used to manage API access data for external applications. The Mailer menu allows us to set up or edit the mailing service which our store will use. Next is the Shopware account menu, where we can enter a license domain as well as our verification hash. Right next to it, there's the Shopware Updates menu. This is where we can check for and update to new versions of Shopware. The storefront menu has a switch to activate the icon cache for our store. Then we have the usage data menu, which enables us to manage whether or not we want to send usage data to Shopware in order to improve Shopware as a platform. And finally, we have users and permissions, where we can manage the admin users in our store. We can add new users, delete and edit existing ones, and create roles for them, where we govern which role has access to which parts in our shop and its components. The last category is extensions. This is where we can find settings for all extensions we have installed, provided they come with a main menu to configure settings. All of these settings have dedicated pages in our written documentation located at docs.shopware.com as well. The settings are covered here in the Shopware 6 branch, under Configuration, and then Settings. In this documentation, every single option is explained. In the extremely unlikely event that there's something missing, we're probably already working on documenting that one. I strongly encourage you to check out the documentation. It's practically an encyclopedia about Shopware 6. And this concludes the video about getting an overview of the settings.